Up next, we're going to do the ceramic detailer from Geon as the maintenance product for the synchro coating. And I had to work kind of fast, and I'll show you something after I'm done demoing it on this section here. So it's a bit windy out here, and so if I were to use this on paint like this, let me get this to spray first. Okay, so if I sprayed it on here, right now it's okay because the wind's blowing in my direction. So I'm just going to work this in with this towel. I'm going to come back with this one, wipe it down. Okay, so I was worried that it wasn't that slick, but it's pretty decent. Actually, it's pretty slick. Okay, so when I want to get over here, man. So you can see I got some caked on water spots here because I was in the sun. That's why I was kind of rushing kind of fast, and I didn't want to come back and show you the contact wash, but I just want to show you. I'm going to go over this piece of glass as well, that I was able to get them off the coating without any problem. And those water spots are from during the contact wash. The one bad thing about this is it gets wet right in between that groove, and I can blow that out because I wanted to rush kind of quick on there, but again, it was able to come off, and you can see it's a bit streaky. I think it's because I got in contact with water. And in reality, this is not the best towel for this effort here. Okay, so it came off. So I have water spots on this guy here. These pillars are plastic covers that sit over the original ones. The original ones had clear coat failure. These, they're like you know, they're plastic. They just sit over that. And even these are not that great because you scratch them and they show everything. So I'm gonna get the originals, and they even look purple. I think I like this purple hue, and so I think I'm gonna just go ahead and order the originals from GM and replace them because they look terrible. They show so many defects in here. But that's the gist of it. I'm gonna come back with the Adams stuff up here. I don't really like the nozzle on this one here. You know, it's the old Car Pro nozzle that they used to come out with. And so yeah, you don't need a lot of product on here. Again, feels slick. I got a little stain here that didn't come off during the wash. And that's pretty much it as far as using it. Again, not that difficult to use. You know, I had read some people were complaining about, but this is on the Obsessed Garage page. You know, some people liked it, some people said it wasn't that good. Matt himself didn't like it, but we'll see. I think right now I'm okay with it. Again, I don't have a dark colored vehicle, so I can't really say how it performs on that. I know when Matt was using it, I asked him what he didn't like about it, and he ended up following up on it, and I think he was using too much. Let me use a little bit more than that. And I'm thinking maybe he had some streaking issues using that much, you know, an excessive amount of product. Now those crows sure make a lot of racket. And so I think that's what his problem was, is he was using too much. You know, a little goes a long way, especially when your paint's already dry. You don't need too much. Like, say I got some water spot stains on here, and look, they came right off with a quick wipe of the spray detailer. Boom, done. So that's kind of like one of the drawbacks to washing in the sun. Is, yes, you're gonna sometimes run into issues with water spots, and that's why I said I don't like washing out here in this area at this time of day, because it was the sun was already shifting. And water spots on this chrome piece. Get this thing that didn't come off from the wash. But so far so good with the ceramic detailer. Let me go ahead and finish the other side, and we'll come back and I'll show you the final results of this. Just get that spot. Let me just finish this. I'm gonna go, I can already tell that the gloss from this angle looks pretty impressive. So it's amping up whatever's in there, and it should get glossier as it cures. Pretty decent slickness. Actually, it's the same type of slickness as, reminds me of Carpro Elixir. Slicker than the iGel coating enhancer. But so far it works pretty good. Actually, just for the sake of it, I'll use it on this glass. So it's got water spots on this glass as well. I was going to use the Adams detail spray. So there's still some water in there somewhere. So it looks like it works pretty well on glass. No streaking. I'll go ahead and get this guy. And just come back, wipe it off. Alright, so yeah, this ceramic detailer seems to work pretty much on every single surface. And it's got some water somewhere. So let me go ahead and finish going around the vehicle here, and I'll come back and I'll show you me touching up the wheels and tires, and then I'll show you what the gloss levels look like as I continue to go around the vehicle. Alright, so be back for that. Alright, so here's the final walk around after using the Geon Q2 ceramic detailer on it. So again, it leaves the paint glossy. The paint was already glossy to begin with after the polishing session, but yeah, it looks good. Went on good, pretty easy to work with. I went heavy on certain areas. Used it on the wheels, worked out just fine. Used it on the side glass, which you guys saw. This whole side piece here. So yeah, because then use it on the wheels to remove any water spots that were there. Touched up the tire dressing. Worked out very well on here. So again, not the best area to be in to check out the gloss on here. I did use it on here. I'm going to be doing a different coating test, so we will see the individual products. We will see the individual products as we go along. These guys make so much noise every single time, but again, with separate tests. And again, that's the car. Indirect sun, kind of hard to see. But again, light colored vehicles take advantage of the ambient lighting conditions here. And so just a quick walk around. Overall, very good product with the ceramic detailer. I would definitely recommend it. I'm gonna go back to the garage because it's too noisy out here. And I'll kind of just share my thoughts as I'm walking. Okay, so the ceramic detailer, like I said, very easy to work with. Leaves a nice gloss. We will check out the hydrophobics the next time or at least next time I wash it. And when I say we, that means I'm involving you guys along with me on the ride. So we'll take a look at it there. I use it on every surface. As I mentioned, we're going to do a different coating test on the trunk there. And overall, very easy to work with. Reminds me, at least from the slickness point of view, of CarPro Elixir. I know it's not the same product, but you can put it in that category. It's slicker than the IGL that I just posted a video review on. But overall, this is a good product. I mean, the initial use, we will see on the next wash and how to change the water behavior, if it's worth it or not. You don't need to use it that often, but Geon, part of their monthly maintenance is to use either this Geon Cure or wet coat, and so I just have this on hand. I used it, worked out just fine. When it came into contact with water, it worked just fine. So overall, it's a very nice product to work with. Again, these are the older sprayers. You know, CarPro used to have these, they moved on, but these sprayers are not the best. So if you can switch it out to even one of these generic black sprayers, it will be a lot better. These use too much product and they focus too much product on one area, so you're better off just changing out the nozzle to something better. But yeah, overall, pretty easy to work with. It was slicker than I anticipated. The slickness is about as equal as the graphene detail spray, and again, the CarPro Elixir. Overall, very nice product, and I would definitely consider using it. At least right now, I will recommend it because it's so easy to work with. But I will see long term how it does, and yeah, I will go ahead and just use this on the Impala from monthly, just to kind of see how it's doing. I suspect that the durability of this is monthly. I'll try to test this on its own to see how it holds up in comparison to other products. Again, I'll see if I can figure something out on how to do that. But overall, very easy to work with. That's the monthly product that you're going to be using on your Geon coating if you want to stay within the Geon family, or because I don't have the other two with me, or that I own. And yeah, overall, very easy to work with. And yeah, thanks for watching. Any comments, questions? For those of you who've used it, what do you guys think about it? Is this a product that you would continue to use? I also will mention that this is actually easier to use than CarPro Elixir. I know people complain that Elixir has streaking issues, which yes, it does. And it's also a bit temperamental when it comes to temperature. So the cooler it gets, the streakier it can get within, Elixir. At least right now, this didn't have any streaking issues compared to Elixir. So you kind of, overall, I think it's just a bit easier to use. And yeah, we'll kind of just see what the water behavior looks like on the next wash. I use it on every surface other than the front glass, the rear glass, and the passenger side glass. And you can see it worked in removing any water spots left over from the wash. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, for those of you who have used it, go ahead and post your thoughts down below. I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. Is it a product that you would continue to use? Would you buy it again? Things of that nature. Does it attract more dust? And that you notice, because that's one of the biggest complaints about other products is they become dust magnets. But anytime you're rubbing on the surface, you're going to create a static charge, and so you're going to generate dust attraction on there. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.